Welcome to an episode of Chat Sports Talk and Expansion. This is the name of the topic. Recently, Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, announced that he's looking forward to expanding the league by 32. Some of the things he has to come a hurdle over with is some stadium issues. The Athletics are in transition to move to Las Vegas. They're going to spend a couple seasons in Sacramento as their new ballpark's being built. The Rays still have their stadium problems ongoing, as a plan was ratified in Tampa to build a brand new ballpark right next to the Trop, and the ownership group pulled out of that deal. So who knows where that's going to go. And Manfred also said he wanted to do a geographic alignment with Major League Baseball, which has got a lot of heads rolling right now. I mean, I've been a little out of the loop for a bit. I apologize for that, but recently, I've seen it everywhere, exploding everywhere. Different geographic setups for an expanded 32-team league for Major League Baseball. Geographically setting it up, the possibilities are endless. We come up with scenarios, and some of them scratching their heads. Potential cities being added. Also out there. So we'll kind of go over a quick synopsis and some of the locations that have really sprung up and have really got backers, got money. Some still in the planning phases, still trying to figure out how they're going to get somewhere. So let's go quick synopsis of some of the baseball locations or potential expansion sites out there. Let's start with Orlando. The Land of the Dreamers was a organization founded in 2019 to try to bring in Major League Baseball to Orlando. They have a stadium rendering out. They got investors all over the place. Barry Larkin is now the Cincinnati Reds shortstop legend. Is now associated with them. And then kind of secured, as of back in April, $1.5 billion for a new stadium and entertainment district. So a lot of funds are being pumped into this project. Another thing you kind of take into account, the Tampa Bay Rays, who is currently having stadium issues of their own, thanks to Hurricane Milton, the damage that caused, and the aspects of them trying to get a stadium built. They had something worked out. Like I said earlier, that the council approved it by 5-2, and the Rays ownership group just backed out, said no. The Rays lease doesn't set to expire till, I believe, 27. So you still got a couple more years. Right now they're doing like a $1.5 million renovation to Tropicana Field to make it ready for at least 2 years of baseball. But for Orlando to get an expansion team, I think is highly unlikely. One of the reasons why I say that is not because of location. It's the weather, phenomenal. Of course, going to go. Orlando is a tourist destination anyways, thanks to the Disney and Universal. But the other two Florida clubs do not draw a lot of fans, even when they're doing well. So since their attendance levels tend to be the bottom half of the league, Major League Baseball may pump the brakes of going there and adding a third team to the Sunshine State. More likely, the Rays would just switch sides of the peninsula. If that's going to happen. So I think Orlando's expansion team, I'm going to toss them out. They're more of a relocation of an in-state entity. So let me go to the number one choice I think that will get a franchise. Organization out there in Salt Lake City, Big League Utah, founded in April 2023 to bring Major League Baseball to the state of Utah. Utah has saw a increase of that because of Big League Utah. They've also tried to attract the Athletics as well with their little issue with Las Vegas. And there's even rumors of them trying to grab the Diamondbacks with their stadium issues. But they have been securing almost $3.5 billion in funds set aside for stadium construction and area development. And they already have a diagram, they already have a layout, they have a location, they got an ownership group. They just need Major League Baseball to go, okay, submit your paperwork. I do believe Utah will be ready to go, and one of the things for the money being set aside by the state is the team must have Utah in its name. And number 2, I think that could be a high possibility is Portland, Oregon. Now, Portland has the Portland Diamond Project launched back in 2018, and they've gone back and forth with different locations. They had one an old golf course south of Portland in Beaverton. Now they have signed a letter of intent to purchase the, excuse me as I'm trying to read my notes here, going to make them small, the Zidell Yards down there in South Portland in the industrial area to renovate that to create a brand new ballpark. It looks over the river. You see the bridge, much like you see in PNC Park in Pittsburgh. And the state has set aside $800 million to build said baseball stadium. Now, Portland has started seeing a decrease in population. It may not be that big of a deterrent to bring Major League Baseball to the city of Portland. And plus, they can automatically set up a instant rivalry with Seattle, especially they're doing a geographic type leagues. Seattle, Portland, right there, heavily reduce their travel costs a little bit, having those divisional foes next to each other. But I think Portland might be on the outside looking in because the one I think everyone wants to see, one to kind of get a lot of attention, is Nashville. But Nashville has other issues. Nashville, spearheaded by Music City Baseball, launched back in 2019. Various entities are attached to this, including retired baseball pitcher Dave Stewart, who is their spokesperson. Tommy La Russa, the famous manager. Justin Timberlake and Darius Rucker have also been attached to, as well as Eddie George, the great Tennessee Titan running back. Have all thrown their hat in the ring to try to bring baseball to Nashville. And they are working something. They already have a name. And they're trying to honor the old Negro Leagues and call the team the Nashville Stars and work out a revenue sharing with Negro League Baseball Museum. The problem they're having is, one, they're not getting any public funds right now. Mayor of Nashville said no. I don't think the state's going to provide much of anything. They already spent a lot of money to the Titans build them a brand new stadium, dome stadium. On top of that, finding a location for their said stadium. Right now, they're looking on or near the grounds of Tennessee State University. Then not to mention the Nashville Sounds is the primary team there. And, their stadium won't be paid off to 2043. And the ownership group for the Stars will have to find some way to pay off the Sounds so that way they can relocate. There's a lot of hurdles in place right there in Nashville that could prevent Major League Baseball showing up. But I think it's a good location to really plant a Major League Baseball's flag because there's nothing really there in that Tennessee, Kentucky. And putting the team in Nashville would really solidify everything. But there are also other locations that have also sparked interest, including Austin, Texas. We have Austin Baseball Commission, LLC, which was formed back in July 2024, looking to bring Major League Baseball to the city of Austin for the third team in a Lone Star State. Now, their premise is because of the Austin SC and their early success that Major League Sports can work in the city of Austin. That puts them ahead of the city of San Antonio, who's also in the running trying to attract baseball, but could find themselves on the outside looking in. There's groups in Montreal trying to bring back the Expos. Speaking of Canada, Vancouver is another location. The Diamondbacks actually looked at that as well as a possible home, or temporary home because of Chase Field's issues with their roof. You got North Carolina, Charlotte, and Raleigh have both propped up as potential bids. I see a lot of people put Charlotte and Portland as the two locations coming in. Back in March 2003, which was the last update, pretty much that the deputy mayor of Charlotte said there's no plans for a stadium being built or have been submitted to the city council. So who knows? I mean, the North Carolina area, Charlotte has, that's where the Panthers are at. That's where the Hornets are at. That's where Charlotte FC is at. NASCAR, right there in the border with South Carolina. You got to Raleigh. We have, Carolina Hurricanes in the NHL. They're out there for a while, and they're looking to do a lot of renovations at PNC Arena, $1.1 billion to be exact. And there's possibility for development of a sports entertainment district around the arena, including a baseball stadium. So why not put out Raleigh? Then you have NC State, you have Duke, you have North Carolina right there as well. So you have three major universities. A lot of young fans that could go watch a game. They're not, tied up in class or doing research papers. These setup. That geographically, it's which version you want. Do you want to do the NFL style or the NHL style? Let me explain. NFL style, 4-team divisions. You rotate one division, you play a little bit more extra games than everyone else. But I have a format that can really play 162 games. It actually works. Interleague play, you still keep American National League. You can't get rid of that. I know some of the purists think like, wait a minute, it's not going to be the American National League anymore. Those have gone away ever since they all fell underneath the Major League Baseball umbrella, and the National League adopted the DH rule. They're all the same now. It's now the game of baseball. But going the other league, 16 teams, 3 games each. No, your 3 divisional opponents, 12 games each, 36 games. 1 division in the same place, all at 7 games each. So do you like a 4-3 type of scenario. So they'll give you, your 42 games, and then the rest of the league, 6 games for 6 teams, 36 is 162 games. It's pretty much exactly how the NFL does it, where they have the same place, and then you rotate that one division. Or you could do it like the NHL and have it where it's 18 divisions, 2 per league, during which the same 16 games against the opposite league, 48 games, your division. Your other division in your league, 8 games, 6 games for 48. 6 games of your division for 9 games, 54, and then 1 for 12 games. That gives you 162. Now that divisional pair, as I call it, you can have it set up as the traditional rivals like Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs, Cards, Giants, Dodgers, or divisional aspects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like the White Sox, and if the White Sox and the Rockies were in the same division, they're the bottom 2 teams, so they'll get to 12 games against each other. Just a little play with the schedule, a little bit like you did with the 4-team one. So kind of the pros and cons for each. The pros is the easy way of scheduling games. That's plain and simple. Plus, now you have your set group. That's your rivals. That's where you're going to go. Some of the cons with the 4-team format, you will have weak division winners. It's just the nature of the beast. You're doing 14 divisions, 4 divisions. One of your divisions is going to be really bad. Probably going to have a losing record. Just look at the NFL. They've had plenty of divisional winners that had losing records going to the playoffs. Keeping teams with winning records out. 18, not as many divisional games. I mean, yeah, you got 9 games against 6 of them and 12 games against 1. But you don't have that core group anymore. It's an expanded group like it was prior to divisional format. Of course, that's when you had the Atlanta Braves play in the West with the Cincinnati Reds, but the Cubs and Cardinals played in the East. Then it comes the setup. All depends on who gets added. I really do think Utah will be for the first one in there. I think Portland is a very good second choice, but I'm going to lean more towards Nashville. Especially if they try to get funds allocated. If not, I think Portland would be the other one. I think they're going to want to put one in each part of the country, one east, one west. I think that's what they want to do. So, I'm going to come with these divisions, and they're going to be based off Nashville and Utah. This is how these divisions are going to get set up, and there's a couple different ways you can go about this. Because it's going to be kind of difficult to... An easy way to make these make sense without stretching them too much, because some of them out there I've seen have been pretty ridiculous. Putting the Twins and Blue Jays in the same division, that's kind of wild. But here's mine. I got the Red Sox, Yankees, Mets, and Blue Jays. In the South, it's Atlanta, Miami, Tampa Bay, Nashville, Tampa Bay / Orlando. Then I got Baltimore, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia pairing up, so I split up the Mets and Phillies. And then Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Milwaukee. Now, you can switch out Milwaukee with the Chicago White Sox, depending how you want to go about this. That's all American League. National League, Cubs, White Sox, Cardinals, Twins. South is Houston, Texas, Kansas City, Colorado. And then you get a pair of different West, one West, one Mountain. West would be the Giants, Dodgers, Mariners, Angels. And your Mountain would be San Diego, Las Vegas, Arizona, and Utah. Then you can take that same group and change it up a bit. Still kind of go like East, West, North, South type of setup. Sounds a little weird, but hear me out. Streaming a bit, the AL North. Old AL East, Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Orioles. AL East will be pretty much the old NL East with the Phillies, Mets, Nationals, and the Pirates. South stays the same. Rays, Marlins, Braves, Stars. And out West will be Tigers, Reds, Guardians. And here I showcase the White Sox as a possibility of being in this one. NL East will have the Brew Crew, the Cubs, Cardinals, and Twins. The South, Astros, Royals, Rangers, and Rockies. The West, the old NL West, Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks. And the North, Marlins, Angels, Athletics, and Utah. We'll do the NHL style of 8-team divisions. The AL East, Detroit, Toronto, Philly, Yankees, Mets, Boston, Cleveland, Baltimore. The South, Miami, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Washington, Nashville, Pittsburgh, and Houston, and Texas. In the Central, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, White Sox, Cubs, Minnesota, St. Louis, Kansas City, and Colorado. And then the West, be everyone else, Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Mariners, Giants, Diamondbacks, Athletics, and Utah. Yeah, no, now I put Houston, Texas in the East. Put Cincinnati back out West. All in all, not a terrible concept. It all depends where baseball goes. Right now, there's not a timeline per se for when this is going to happen. But as things start to get checked off the list that Mansfield wants to get done, one of the things to get done is make sure a lot of the stadiums are taken care of. So once the stadiums are taken care of, they can start looking at other things. Collective bargaining agreement. I think once they can figure out that, I think once the Rays stadium issue is clarified, like I said, their lease doesn't expire till like 27, 28, somewhere along those time frame. So I don't expect Major League Baseball to make that jump up yet. Attendance right now is kind of a fluctuating thing. But like I said, if owners don't spend the money, the fans are not going to show up, no matter who you're playing. But, there's a wide plethora of videos out there, and other CS Sports has done it, ESPN's done it. A lot of the other networks, Fox Sports, have also put up little articles dealing with potential 14 divisional setup. I can't mind a little scenario, 4 teams. I like the 8 teams better because it streamlines the process a little bit better for you. It gives you 2 division winners. That's your first round bye right there. Your 4 wild cards will square off to see who takes on those division winners in the divisional round. And there you go. I mean, I think that's the crutch of it. I think if baseball is going to expand, or when baseball expands, I see them going to the 32. I like the idea of the 8-team divisions, the NHL style setup. Major League Baseball and the NBA are not too far away from going to 32. I think NBA is going to be a little bit closer. But like I said, for NHL, I think Utah's going to be number 1. I like to see Nashville coming in. Portland, Charlotte are also good possibilities. Vancouver, Montreal, expand your footprint in Canada. Other possibilities. Austin I think it's a dark horse right there. Orlando, not going to get an expansion franchise, more likely the Rays. A lot of things going on, a lot of things to digest. I know I kind of quick fired the divisional things, kind of quick fired the expansions candidates. So it's going to be hard to really see what happens, but you have to, play it by ear, see how things play out, see which group gets the funds situated, and go from there. But, that's what I got. Let's mix it up in the comments below, and the more we engage, the better it boosts the algorithm, the almighty YouTube algorithm that we play homage to, that benefits our lives and our viewing pleasures. Another way to help out this video is hit that like button. Anything to do is subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, and this time of age, free is always better than paying something. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, turn on notifications so you know next time I post any more content on my channel. And I'll see you next time on Chat Sports Talk.